Stop buying pancake powder and mixes at the store. You can make homemade, from scratch pancakes in a jiffy that taste delicious, and these have a superpower ingredient. It's sourdough. These take your sourdough discard and turn them into a nutritious and delicious fast and easy breakfast that even your picky kids will enjoy. So here I have my sourdough starter, which I fed last night and has already doubled, which is not necessary when we are doing a discard recipe. So we're going to put 2 cups of sourdough starter into our batter bowl. And one of the reasons I love doing sourdough pancakes or sourdough waffles, both of the recipes are in my book, Home and Handmade, which is officially coming out on May 6th of 2025, but you can pre-order it now, and we have a bunch of amazing pre-order bonuses, including coupon codes, at the moment totaling over $245 worth of coupon codes. We'll put the link beneath this video. So we've got our 2 cups of sourdough discard in here. And then here I have 2 tablespoons of melted butter. You can do, if you're dairy free, you could also use coconut oil or avocado oil, really any fat of your choice, but we do want it to be in the liquid melted state. Now, next I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of yogurt or kefir, which also these recipes are in the book Handmade. You can learn how to make these yourself homemade for a fraction of the price you would at the store. But if you don't happen to have either of these on hand, you can substitute in with milk, and that's going to be just fine. So we're going to get that added. And now we're going to add 1 egg. And then I'm going to put in here 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. Now, if you have white sugar, you are more than welcome to use that. So I am using 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, which is just my favorite flavor profile. You can use regular white sugar, or you could use maple syrup or honey. It might make it a little bit more of a runny batter, however, if you are using a liquid sweetener instead of the brown sugar. Next, we're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla, because I just think it adds to the flavor and makes it delicious, especially when you see the little specks of the vanilla bean in there. Oh man. And then I like to add a little bit of spice. So Ceylon cinnamon or ground nutmeg. I really like nutmeg. It's one of my favorites. So I'll do about a half a teaspoon total. Today I'm going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of the ground nutmeg and then a 1/4 teaspoon of the Ceylon cinnamon. And I get all of my spices, actually my brown sugar, my flour, from Azure Standard, who is a sponsor of this video. And we have a coupon code if you are a new first-time customer on an order of $100 for over 15% off. It's in this video description below. All right, and now our final ingredients. We're going to add in a little bit of salt. I did use salted butter, so I'm going to take this half a teaspoon back to a scant half teaspoon, because I'll get a little bit from the butter there. There you go. And then lastly, a teaspoon baking soda. And there's our baking soda. And then we are just going to get this all combined. Sometimes the sourdough starter, until you get the fats kind of worked in there, it's a little bit doughy. But once you get everything incorporated in, it will be more of a pourable batter. Now, I tend to keep my sourdough starter on the thicker side, meaning I have a little bit more flour ratio to liquid. So the texture of your batter will obviously be dependent upon how much of a hydration level you have in your sourdough starter. So if it feels on the runny side, you can add a little bit of flour in there to get it to a pourable consistency. If on the flip side, it's feeling a little thick and you're like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pour that, you can also add in a little bit more water and or milk to thin it to get it to the consistency that you want. But you can see here now, everything's kind of coming together and this is no longer like a dough. It is definitely movable and pourable. So I'm gonna put just a little bit of coconut oil in the bottom of this skillet. And first one in. Oh, nice sizzle. The first one is always a gamble on if you have the temperature just right in the skillet or not. So I'm waiting to see a few more bubbles up here before we go ahead and flip this one over. Now, when we're adding add-ins to our pancakes, I prefer to do it to the individual pancake and not the batter, because sometimes they tend to sink down into the batter. And my kids, even as teens and almost adults, still love mini chocolate chips in their pancakes, which is from our sponsor, Azure Standard. So these are done. We've got a big stack here of sourdough pancakes. In fact, this may help me get my teenager out of bed when she knows that we've got chocolate chip pancakes waiting. If you need to learn how to make a sourdough starter, check out that video here and some of our other delicious sourdough recipes, such as chocolate sourdough bread. And we've got more over on the website at melissaknorris.com, as well as a whole bunch of sourdough recipes, including this one, in home and handmade.